Welcome to Vietnam, the S-shaped land of wonders. Here you'll encounter friendly people with smiles that never fade, cultures blending the ancient and the modern, and breathtaking landscapes stretching from north to south. Vietnam is not just a destination. It's a vibrant, colorful experience, unlike anywhere else in the world. Vietnam has a graceful S-shaped curve that hugs the coastline of Southeast Asia, stretching over 1,600 kilometers from north to south and covering an area of approximately 331,000 square kilometers. The country shares borders with China, Laos, and Cambodia, and opens out to the vast East Sea to the east. Vietnam's strategic geographic location gives rise to a diverse climate. From chilly winters in the north to warm, sunny weather year-round in the south. This variation shapes the country's rich culture, diverse cuisine, and the distinct beauty of each region and its people. The grace, gentleness, and natural beauty of Vietnamese women are also among the unforgettable impressions for any traveler. And that's just the beginning. Let's dive into 10 mind-blowing facts about this incredible country, coming up next. Fact 1. Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO wonder. First up is Ha Long Bay, one of Vietnam's most iconic natural wonders and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This breathtaking seascape looks like it was lifted straight out of a fantasy novel, with over 1,600 limestone karsts and islets rising dramatically from emerald green waters. According to legend, ancient dragons descended from the heavens to help defend Vietnam from foreign invaders. The dragons are said to have spat out jade and jewels, which turned into the very islands that now form Ha Long Bay. Even today, locals believe the bay is protected by the spirits of these mighty creatures. But beyond the myth lies a paradise of hidden lagoons, mysterious caves, and floating fishing villages that have existed for generations. Whether you're kayaking through silent grottos, cruising at sunset, or simply breathing in the surreal atmosphere, Ha Long Bay offers a sense of wonder that words can hardly capture. No surprise then that over 3 million visitors travel here each year, drawn by the allure of its timeless beauty, mythical history, and otherworldly scenery. Fact 2. The world's largest cave. Hidden deep within Vietnam's Phong Nha Ke Bang National Park lies a world few have ever seen. Son Doong Cave, the largest cave on Earth, discovered only recently in 2009 by a local man and brought to global attention by British explorers. This enormous underground world is so massive it could house an entire 40-story skyscraper or fit a jumbo jet with room to spare. Inside, you'll find its own ecosystem, with clouds forming near the ceilings, rivers flowing through its chambers, and even a jungle growing in the middle where sunlight pierces through collapsed sections of the roof. It's not just a cave, it's a lost world, untouched by time. Son Doong remains one of the most exclusive adventures on Earth, with only 1,000 visitors allowed per year, all requiring a multi-day expedition through dense jungle and underground terrain. For those lucky enough to enter, it's a life-changing journey into Earth's raw, prehistoric heart. Fact 3. A Motorbike Nation. Vietnam doesn't just use motorbikes, it lives on them. With over 45 million motorbikes zipping through the streets, they outnumber cars by nearly 20 to 1. That's nearly one motorbike for every 2 people in the country. From the narrow alleyways of the old quarters to the sprawling highways of modern cities, scooters are everywhere. They carry entire families, mom, dad, 2 kids, and maybe even a pet. They deliver food, transport furniture, and serve as mobile shops, all while weaving effortlessly through traffic like a symphony of motion. For tourists, just crossing the street in Hanoi or Saigon feels like an adrenaline-filled game of Frogger, but there's a rhythm to the chaos. Locals glide around pedestrians with practiced ease, as if the whole city is dancing on 2 wheels. It's fast, loud, and full of life, just like Vietnam itself. Fact number 4. Pho, Vietnam's culinary star. If Vietnam had a national dish that speaks to both its soul and its senses, it would be pho, the legendary noodle soup that's now beloved worldwide. More than just food, pho is a daily ritual, a comfort, and a cultural symbol rolled into one steaming bowl. Born over a century ago in northern Vietnam, pho combines clear, slow-simmered bone broth, flat rice noodles, fresh herbs, and tender slices of beef or chicken. But it's more than the ingredients, it's the balance of flavors: salty, sweet, savory, and aromatic. Regional twists add to the charm. In the north, pho is all about subtlety and purity. Clear broth, fewer garnishes. In the south, you'll find a bolder version with Hoi An sauce, chili, and fresh herbs galore. It's a culinary journey from bowl to bowl. And here's a fun fact. Vietnamese people consume an estimated 70 million bowls of phi jo every single day. That's nearly one for every man, woman, and child, daily. For locals, it's breakfast, lunch, or even a late-night bite. For visitors, it's love at first slurp. Fact 5. Coffee culture powerhouse. When you think of coffee superpowers, Vietnam might surprise you. But this Southeast Asian nation is the world's second largest coffee producer, right after Brazil, and the coffee here has a style all its own. Most of the coffee grown in Vietnam comes from the Central Highlands, where the volcanic soil and tropical climate are perfect for cultivating Robusta beans. These beans give Vietnamese coffee its bold, intense flavor, a taste that's unmistakable once you try it. One of the most popular drinks is Cha Pe Sua Ja, strong black coffee brewed through a metal drip filter, poured over ice, and sweetened with thick condensed milk. It's sweet, strong, and the perfect pick-me-up on a hot day. But Vietnam also has its own coffee invention you won't find anywhere else: egg coffee. Created in Hanoi in the 1940s, it combines whipped egg yolk, sugar, and condensed milk, served over rich espresso. The result is creamy, smooth, and surprisingly delicious, like drinking a dessert in a cup. Coffee shops in Vietnam are more than just places to grab a drink. They're social hubs where people gather to talk, work, relax, or simply watch the world go by. Whether you're sitting on a tiny plastic stool on the sidewalk or inside a chic cafe with live music, coffee in Vietnam is always an experience. Fact 6. The Mekong Delta's floating life. Welcome to the Mekong Delta, a place where life flows with the river. Located in southern Vietnam, this vast region is often called the rice bowl of the country, producing more than half of Vietnam's rice. But what truly makes the Mekong Delta special is its floating life. With thousands of waterways instead of roads, people here rely on boats for everything: traveling, trading, even living. Entire markets float on the river, where locals sell fresh fruits, vegetables, noodles, and coffee right from their boats. At sunrise, the famous floating markets come to life. Sellers advertise their goods by hanging samples on bamboo poles, and buyers paddle from boat to boat in a lively, colorful dance that's been part of this culture for generations. For many, the river is home. Families live in stilt houses or floating houses, and children grow up learning to row as naturally as they learn to walk. Visiting the Mekong Delta offers a glimpse into a slower, waterbound way of life that feels completely different from the big cities, yet equally vibrant and full of warmth. Fact 7. Hoi An, the Lantern City. Step into Hoi An, and it feels like time slows down. This small riverside town in central Vietnam is known for its magical beauty, and most famously, its glowing lanterns that light up the night. Once a thriving international port from the 15th to 19th centuries, Hoi An blends Vietnamese, Chinese, and Japanese influences in its architecture, culture, and food. The ancient town, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is remarkably well preserved, with narrow alleys, wooden shop houses, and moss-covered temples. But what makes Hoi An truly enchanting is its lantern culture. Every evening, and especially during the full moon, the town glows with thousands of colorful lanterns. Locals and tourists float paper lanterns on the river to make wishes, creating a dreamy, almost surreal scene. These lanterns aren't just decorations, they represent light, hope, and prosperity in Vietnamese tradition. And in Hoi An, they've become a living symbol of peace and timeless charm. Whether you're walking along the quiet riverbank, enjoying local dishes like khao lao, or cycling through the countryside, Hoi An offers a gentle, glowing glimpse into Vietnam's poetic soul. Fact 8. The Ao Dai's timeless elegance. If there's one outfit that captures the soul of Vietnam, it's the Ao Dai. Elegant, flowing, and instantly recognizable, the Ao Dai is more than a dress. It's a symbol of grace, identity, and cultural pride. The áo đai consists of a long tunic worn over loose-fitting pants, with side slits that allow it to move gently as the wearer walks. It flatters every figure, combining modesty with beauty in a uniquely Vietnamese way. Historically, the áo đai has evolved through centuries, from royal court attire to modern-day fashion. During festivals, weddings, school ceremonies, or even daily life, you'll see women, and sometimes men, wearing it with quiet confidence and pride. What makes the áo đai so special isn't just its look, but its meaning. It reflects the poise, softness, and inner strength of Vietnamese culture, particularly the elegance of Vietnamese women. It's both traditional and timeless, a living connection between the past and the present. Seeing someone in an áo đai is like watching poetry in motion, a true cultural icon that continues to inspire across generations. Fact 9. The beauty of Vietnamese women. Ask anyone who visits Vietnam what left a lasting impression, and many will say the women. Graceful, gentle, and resilient, Vietnamese women embody a unique kind of beauty that goes far beyond appearance. Known for their delicate features, warm smiles, and slender figures, Vietnamese women often embody a quiet elegance that reflects the harmony found in Vietnamese traditions. But it's not just physical beauty that stands out. It's also their strength, kindness, and dedication to family and community. Many Vietnamese women balance careers, education, and household responsibilities with remarkable grace. Their traditional long dress, the áo đai, is not only a symbol of national pride, but also highlights their elegance and femininity. Whether in the bustling streets of Hanoi or the peaceful countryside of Hue, the beauty of Vietnamese women shines through, a reflection of both cultural heritage and inner strength. Fact 10. Super low cost of living. Vietnam offers something truly rare, a high quality of life at a surprisingly low cost. Imagine enjoying a delicious bowl of pho for just $1.50, renting a modern apartment with a city view for under $400 a month, or grabbing a cup of strong local coffee for less than $1. Whether you're in a big city or a coastal town, your money stretches much further here. Transportation is cheap and convenient. Hop on a motorbike taxi for just a few cents, or take long-distance buses for the price of a meal. Even healthcare, gym memberships, and entertainment come at a fraction of Western costs. But affordability doesn't mean sacrificing experience. You'll still enjoy fresh, flavorful food, rich culture, friendly locals, and stunning natural beauty, all without breaking the bank. That's why Vietnam is becoming a top destination, not just for vacations, but for long-term living. It's where comfort, adventure, and affordability meet. But affordability doesn't mean sacrificing experience. You'll still enjoy fresh, flavorful food, rich culture, friendly locals, and stunning natural beauty, all without breaking the bank. That's why Vietnam is becoming a top destination, not just for vacations, but for long-term living. It's where comfort, adventure, and affordability meet.